Hello, I'm Doug, and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And today we're checking out Winter Park's Tupelo honey. So Tupelo is one of the more famous kinds of honey. I think that it's got a song and a movie and a couple of books, and people have heard of it. It's around in the literature and culture. I think it's a pretty rare flower to come across. The trees only grow in flooded riverbank areas, swampy areas of in Florida and Georgia. So the beekeepers around there have to know when it's flowering and when the bees are visiting and get everything ready to go to be able to even get Tupelo honey. But because of the fame of this varietal honey, it commands a premium price. And people are always looking for this. So I think I paid about $16 for this 1 pound squeeze bottle of honey from Amazon. And it's about the same at the Winter Park website where you can get it directly from them without that cut going to Amazon. And the shipping's always very fast and quick from either place. And there's the Winter Park website has really good descriptions of all their products. And I'll link to that down below in the description. But now we can get on into the smell and taste of this Tupelo honey. I thought it had a pretty distinct aroma the first time I tried it. Oh yeah, very tart, lemony, citrusy, lemongrass or lemon zest, something sharper on the smell right away. There's a hint of a grain or umami factor there, but that tartness is the first thing that hit me. Let's see, my notes from previous sessions. Sour, tart, lemon, citrus notes hit first. So I get a little bit on this toothpick and get it into my mouth. What's so famous about this? Oh wow. Sweet and creamy and fruity and floral. Yeah, it's got a tart arrival. That lemony character comes right on through. There's some sort of citrus. It's hard to identify, but I would say more lemon than anything else. But that's what hits you first. Yeah, that lemon's fairly intense, and then there's other fruity notes that are hard to identify. Maybe berryish, maybe apple or pear. And some floral notes also, but I am never good at identifying what those are. They're always subtle, it's always a mixture, it's always something I don't know the name of. So I don't do too well with floral notes. Let's see, my previous notes. Said tart, lemony arrival with medium intensity, mixture of fruity and floral with a lot of sweetness. So that's saying the same thing twice, isn't it? Oh, that is just nice and smooth, clean arrival, and I'm going to put a little more on my tongue than the toothpicks can deliver. Oh wow, when it's all over my tongue, it's just like an explosion of flavor. The texture is very interesting, very mouth coating. Oily tasting. Yeah, I got it on my fingers. So some of the tartness might be beyond lemony. It might be like a tartness with an apple or a pear or a kiwi or a strawberry. There's always a little hint of some sort of acid in those things. And especially underripe pears and apples could have some of that. Have more of that, so you might be familiar with it from those. I'm getting some of that. So multiple kinds of tartness, multiple kinds of sweetness. Oh, and I didn't really say sweet yet. There's sweetness to spare in this. I know it might be gaggy and syrupy and overly sweet, but the mouthfeel is more oily and rich. And it's hard to describe how mouthfeel counteracts sweetness, but it does somehow. So I really enjoyed that. So previous notes on development were tartness of apple and pear intensify with a strong berryish note maintaining strength through the middle on top, strong sweetness throughout. And then for finish, I've got fruit notes outlast this sweet taste. And I'm getting a lot of that. It does have a pretty long finish. You taste it for quite a while. So this is delicious. I can see why it's sought after. It's good right here, and I'm going to go ahead and put it on a biscuit and in some tea and see how it stacks up with food, since most people don't just sit around eating honey off of a toothpick or a spoon, although I've done an awful lot of that lately. I have to say it's pretty fun. I got it in my cup. Yeah. This is just a buttermilk biscuit that's getting cold now. Oh wow. All the flavors break right through that. And nothing is hidden. It's still fruity, floral. All the sweetness is there. It mixes with food very well. It survives all the breadiness and blandness that you might have in a biscuit. So that cuts right through. And I've got some in a mild black tea right here. And that is certainly plenty sweet and fruity. In my previous notes, say the fruity brightness survives in hot tea. The berry notes stick out in the tea. I'm not sure I'm getting it so much today. I wouldn't make a special note for that, but there's certainly fruity and the berry notes there. Maybe even more so than on a toothpick or a biscuit. But it's very good, and it stands out in the foods I've put it with. And there might be some sort of recipe to take advantage of that, and I'll bring up the honey cookbook I've got later on. But this honey is wonderful. Here, I won't spend 5 minutes drinking tea in front of you. So this honey is pretty easy to recommend, and I'm sure there are lots of other sources besides Winter Park for locating some and getting it. But I did hear that honey is pretty easy to counterfeit and mix with cheaper materials and cheaper kinds. So you need to watch out and choose your sources carefully, and buyer beware. So today's review marks the end of a short string of Winter Park honeys. We'll be moving on to a different company next, and just a few varietals from them, and then we'll be looking at collections of things, several different clover honeys, several different wildflowers, several different orange blossom honeys from different parts of the world. So there'll be a few comparisons thrown into this mix in the coming weeks. And I am planning on posting every Monday and Thursday. So if you like what you're seeing here, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up down below. Give it a thumbs down. I don't take it personally. If you have something to comment on or an improvement to make, please put it down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for a notification every time a new video is posted. And we'll be looking for you in the next honey review. And that's all for now.